Hello, today I'd like to talk about an amazing add-on. It's created by user XL Olson, it can be found on ESOUI.com or using the add-on manager called Minion. But the reason it's so amazing is because this add-on makes it so easy to transfer gear quickly from one character to another. I also find it convenient because it allowed me to cut down on storage space by not having to craft the same sets for multiple characters. I mean, you don't have to create multiple sets for multiple characters, but transferring the gear into your bank, pulling it out, re-equipping it can be a little annoying. Equipping it, you can obviously use alpha gear or dressing room, but the problem is pulling it in and out of the bank one item at a time can be really painstaking to do. It also lets you organize all your builds in convenient pages. Basically, you create a page, give it a label, and then you create sets to put within the page. For example, you can create a page called stamina builds, put all your stamina builds, build sets within there, and then a magicka section. So basically, here I am. I'm standing in front of one of my storage chests. It's completely empty. And to bring up the interface, there's a few ways to do it. Either you could set a keybind for it, which I have, and this is what'll come up, XL Gear Banker. You can close it too. Um, you can also type in the chat window /XLGB, that'll open and close it. There is also an option to auto open the interface when you either go into your storage chest or your bank. I'll show you that option here. Inside the interface here, there's a convenient button to bring you to the settings. And if I turn these on, now if I go to the chest, it'll bring up both interfaces, or you could just bring up one at a time. When you first install the add-on, you're just going to have a default section here, a default page here, the default label. The only one I've created, I deleted my other, I had two more, I've deleted them. One I left was magicka builds, and I only have one set put into it, which is this one. It's a default magicka no proc build for Cyrodiil. When you first open it up, the first thing you need to do is have a page created that you want to put the sets into. So the first thing you want to do when you have the interface open is to have a section created where you want to store the sets into. The only one I've left right now is one that I created. I created a page called Mag Builds, so Magicka Builds. I did that by clicking on the plus sign, create new page, and within there I added a set that I created called Magicka No Procs. So let's make a stamina section. Create new page. By default, it says my XLGB page. Let's rename it Stem Builds. It's a really simple way of organizing sets. You can get as creative as you want. On the left here, this is the sets that are going to actually show within that page. On the right, it shows all the sets that you've created, and you can use the arrows back and forth to either move them all back or all there, all to the other side, or one at a time. We're going to go to the set editor, and we're going to create a new set. You can create as many sets as you want. So I'm going to go to click a plus sign to create a new set, and I'm going to call this one Stam No Proc Training. So it's all the training gear. I was using it during the festival just to get more experience as I was doing whatever I was doing. And there's a very convenient button here that you can use, and it's add equipped items to set. So if you have your set already on you, you can literally click on that. It'll add all the items you have on. You can remove items individually by clicking on the X arrow beside them. You can also add items to any set that you've saved and created by right-clicking on them in your inventory, going to the XLGB menu, and adding them to whatever is there. As you can see, this one's still named my XLGB proc set because I haven't saved the actual set. To save them, you click on the accept changes arrow, or you could discard changes or completely remove the current set. If I save it, confirm, if I right click on an item, you'll see your new set there. So you can individually add items or use the add currently equipped. So if you go back to edit it again, you can completely remove them all if you want, very easily, and re-add them that way. This can also be very convenient if you're using a gear manager, such as dressing room, or the one that I use is Alpha Gear. Because if you have Alpha Gear, you can just, if you have a whole bunch of default different builds set up and all the items are in your personal inventory, you can just quickly click on them to equip them and then add them. And you can create a whole bunch of sets quickly that way. Just create a new set, confirm. You just go to create a new set, equip them with your either Alpha Gear dressing room, create a new set. Before you know, you have a ton of sets to add to your pages. So now that I've created this stamp set, stamp proc no training, and close this, I want to add it to my stamp build section. So here it is, and we're going to move it over, and we're going to save it, accept changes. You can either discard or completely remove that page up there too. Confirm it. So now we got two sections. We got my mag builds, and my stamp builds. What I can do is quickly, if the stuff is either in the banker or in my chest, I can quickly withdraw or deposit the entire set. So I'm going to deposit this. I'm wearing it. And I can go on to my other character. This same thing will show up on your other character. And you can quickly withdraw it, use Alpha Gear dressing room to equip it. Very quick and convenient. Let's re-withdraw it. So pretend this is another character. I have Alpha Gear. I have it set to my second build. Re-equipped. So as you can see, this can be really convenient for transferring your builds between characters. Also note that this is a very simple way that I showed you of creating pages and adding sets. So you could add multiple sets within my mag build section, and obviously multiple sets in the stamp section. So you can get as creative as you want when creating the pages and categorizing them. Kind of think of the pages as categories, and you're putting all your builds within the categories for transferring between characters. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you found some of this information useful and that you learned some new cool tips and tricks.